Stefon Diggs, and basically all year, the past 2 years, he's been extremely frustrated with the Vikings, possibly because his targets are down. 55 less targets from 2018. In 2019, he had more yards. In fact, he had 100 more yards receiving than 2018, but that's because he averaged 18 yards per reception versus in 2018, he averaged 10 yards per reception. So I think that the main problem in Minnesota right now, I guess you guys can say, is Kirk Cousins, but it really begs the question. We have to ask the question if Stefon Diggs is making the right move by wanting out of Minnesota, and if Minnesota should trade him. Do you guys think that Minnesota should trade him?
Do I think Minnesota should trade him? No. Do I think Stefon Diggs should get out of there, though? Yes, and here's why. Listen, Minnesota, you can only go so far with Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. Not to say he's not trash. He's a very good quarterback. But that team is already in cap hell. And looking into next, Everson Griffin just left too. So at this point, Harrison Smith's 31, Xavier Rhodes declined. Guys are going to keep getting older. So at this point, I think Stefon Diggs should find somewhere that's right for him. Should find maybe a younger team that's on the rise, like Buffalo, just throwing out an example, or Arizona or something like that.
Everson Griffin, they cut him, but I think that they're restructuring his contract so he's on a team-friendly deal, and they could bring him back.
He's old, so.
Nah, he's still a great
No, he's still
player,
good,
though.
but like guys are getting old. You don't know how they're going to come back next year with the old guys. So I think Stefon should find a situation that fits him because he's a really, really good receiver. So a young team would definitely, what is he, like 25?
26.
26. A young team would definitely fit in his vision. But if I'm the Vikings, I would not let him go because he's a great talent.
I think it's funny as hell in this modern day how social media just controls every single narrative. It's so funny how Stefon Diggs deletes everything that is like resembles Vikings in his Instagram and in all of his social media, and now he has every single fan speculating, what this means and what this doesn't mean. I think it's fucking crazy how much influence they have over that.
But if you delete, all right, so what would be the reason for him deleting it all? Why would you, if you're an NFL star, why would you delete everything Vikings related?
It's because you want to get out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
That's
I
probably
think it's good
one
speculation. Or he's frustrated or stuff like that.
And this frustration has been building up since the beginning of this year.
I think it's more Kirk Cousins' fault than the Vikings, though, because Kirk Cousins does tend to look to Thielen more. But at the same time, it's a tough situation.
I don't know. They're playing Kirk Cousins like everybody hates Chris. Because they really do not like him. Because Adam Thielen is always battling with him in the sideline. Stefon Diggs is complaining.
I don't know why he gets the ball all the time.
Yeah, everybody is always complaining. And Kirk, he seems like a really good guy.
Seems like Eli Manning type of guy, like a good guy, just a nice
guy. He's like just a chill dude,
yeah,
and he's getting
nonchalant.
like a California surfing type of guy. And he's like just freaking getting all this.
Like he asks you how your day
drama.
is every day. Like he's one of those guys.
Like he prays for you.
Yeah, like
OD. Like he
I
prays
feel bad for him. He played good
OD.
last year too. Like really good. I don't
he
get
had
it.
A good year.
I mean, they was complaining early in the year last year about him. They was getting dumb that he wasn't giving him the ball. I mean, they're a good team.
And their offensive line stinks too.
29th ranked in the NFL.
Yeah, so their offensive line stinks. So it's not like Kirk Cousins has a ton of time to throw and find those guys open.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, what do you think about it, JC? What team would you like to see Stefon Diggs go to?
The Big J Dog.
I have 6 teams here. I'm looking at a lot of these teams, and I want to say only one of these teams has a really good quarterback, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he should go to the Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar had really bad years. You plug him in there. I mean, like you said, his stats for the last 2 years, a lot of people will consider last year a down year, and even then he almost doubled Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar in total stats. You know what I mean? So, you give Carson Wentz a weapon. That was kind of the downfall of the team last year, along with the injuries. But the number one problem with the Eagles is the wide receiver position. So, if you get Stefon Diggs there, that helps it a lot. They actually have a true number one receiver that Carson Wentz can work with. So, if they have the cap and everything's right,
of course you like that.
Stefon Diggs to the Eagles would be ideal.
I wouldn't like that.
Would be ideal for the Eagles.
Let Stefon Diggs go somewhere that matters. It's not Philadelphia. That's the hat that I'm wearing. New York Jets.
Another team that I had. How do you guys feel about him going to the Patriots?
Oh, to play with that old hag.
I mean,
crazy.
But listen, a lot of the complaints last year with the Patriots where he really didn't have Tom Brady didn't have anybody to throw to. True. You had Stefon Diggs, Julian Edelman. You know that's a pretty good receiving core right there. That's pretty. And if Tom Brady stinks it up this year, then you know it's just father time.
Is 43 years
that would have fixed all of their problems.
It would. Stefon Diggs is a really good receiver.
No, he really is good, but I just think he's really good. I really like your answer about Philly. I think Philly's the best option for him at this moment in time.
Yeah.
You know, I know on some no bias. I don't
even think Philly's the best option. I think that there's a sleeper option.
I mean, look,
please don't.
The other teams I have the Redskins, rookie quarterback. I don't think he wants to go there.
Nah, bro. Listen to this team. Listen to this team.
Let's hear this. I can't wait.
The Broncos.
I mean, they don't have
with Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton is good. That'd be
with Noah Fant.
He's really good. Actually, you know what? That would actually be a pretty good team too.
They have cap.
Drew Lock too.
Yeah, they have a lot of cap.
Yeah, that's a good team. That is
They're
a good
young
team
too. Philip Lindsay.
That's a good
I think
team.
they can afford to like throw a first round pick their way because if they trade Stefon Diggs, it's going to have to be for a first round pick.
Yeah,
you're not going to ask for anything less.
Round for him, though.
You don't think so? I mean, you think
it's like the middle of the pack. You think like the 15th pick?
You think that first round pick is going to be a better player than Stefon Diggs?
You've never. I don't know who they draft. I don't know who they're going to draft.
I think you're safe getting getting Stefon Diggs. I mean, he's proven. He's a good receiver. He's a really good receiver. His stats are really good.
I like Denver.
Denver would be cool. I like the Denver and the Eagles. Denver actually crossed my mind. I like that team for him.
The Colts wouldn't be bad either.
Colts. So I had Colts.
Yeah,
I had Colts.
They have a lot of cap. Woo.
And they got a good tight end.
But do you trust?
Now Eric Ebron, I think, is leaving though.
He is leaving.
He's leaving.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But they have what's the other guy? Jack Doyle.
Yeah. Doyle. He's not bad.
Do you guys trust in Brissett though? I mean, he's all right.
Jacoby Brissett's a good quarterback, but Carson Wentz is better than him. You know what I mean? It's way better than him. So.